Hello and welcome back to the Pain Scale, and thank you for joining me for another story time today. This will be about the daily life of a single 27-year-old guy. That's me. um, you know, and this video isn't just for all the single guys out there. Ladies too. I know sometimes guys and ladies don't face the same problems, but we all live this life, and we all have common problems. So, it's, baseline, and I don't think I've ever done a video like this, that's ever been so grounded, before. I've done, a lot of videos, talk about stupid people, greedy people, stuff like that. But, I wanted to do something that was grounded, like this, just talking about my daily life. And, hopefully I can, for all the other people out there, like, if you feel alone, or, if you need ideas for, like, I'll talk about my hobbies and stuff too. I hope, this can also help you to, get some ideas for some hobbies and, little things that you can do. But, let me go ahead and start. My name is Rodney. That's my first name. Um, I'm 27. I am single. I've never been in a relationship before. Never been in a romantic relationship before. Um, and yeah, I'm just here. you know, as of just this past year, I've tried to, or well, I have, give myself some credit there. Jumped over, quite a few huge hurdles, in my life, and I'm still jumping. I'm still working on my mental health. That's still up and down. And I'm also, just trying to figure out, kind of what I want to do in my life. It's like I found, I might have mentioned before, I did uh, YouTube before. It was like a gaming channel. Then I started to talk about like wrestling and stuff like that. But I just wasn't passionate about that. I was like helping people, doing videos like this. That's what I'm passionate about. I've been doing that. Um, I'm not a writer, but lately I've been like writing down like different stories and stuff. I believe I mentioned my short stories before, like different like ideas like I've had for like stories and stuff. So if I could like become like a short story writer or something like that, that'd be pretty cool. But I'm just been lately exploring myself and what I like and what I like to do. As of this past the end of this past year now, my hobbies have changed pretty significantly. I used to be a when I say hardcore gamer, I'm not like talking about like staying up like 24/7, but I used to play video games a lot. Like that used to consist a lot of my day. So I've completely, I've pretty much completely stopped gaming, except I like role playing games. But yeah, I don't spend too much time playing video games anymore. That's like at the bottom of my list right now. I like to do other things. At the moment. Um, my other hobbies though consist of like watching different like TV shows and stuff and movies. I picked up quite a few really good K drama shows. One one is sorry, about three. First one's called All of Us Are Dead. That's about zombies. The second one's called Happiness, which that one's about zombies too. In this series so far, they've called it the mad human disease, like mad cow. Excuse me, like the mad cow disease, mad human disease. Um, and it's called Sweet Home, which has like three seasons to it. It's very interesting. It's at first, the people think it's about, zombies, but then all of a sudden, like all these different kinds of monsters start to pop up. It's like I guess like it's supposed to be like the idea is like South Korea is like under like a curse or something like that. That's what's making these monsters. I'm not for sure if the whole world is under this curse, but so far we just know like South Korea is under that. that curse, certain people and monsters. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit into it, but yeah, that's a good series. Um, and yeah, I already mentioned gaming. Gaming's at the bottom. I like to read. Haven't done much reading yet. Um, and yeah, that's about it for the moment. Oh, writing. That's one of my hobbies, and making YouTube videos too. Those are also my hobbies. Um, and At some point, I think I might try out martial arts. At some point, I did karate when I was a kid. I was like, that was when I was elementary school, I believe, or maybe a bit later. But yeah, it's like I was like, oh, looks. I really like to watch mixed martial arts and pro wrestling. So I was like, oh, maybe I'd like do some martial arts classes or something, maybe down the line or something. But yeah, those are my hobbies. I guess to get in now to the deeper, aspects, people's eyes, they would consider, deeper parts is like their social life. I don't have, um, what's traditional. Well, I don't have a social life. I have two friends, um, and mainly my time consists of me doing things by myself, which I have not in no issue with. I do enjoy doing things on my own. When at my first job, um, I used to do a lot of different things. Like after I would go see premieres of movies like at midnight. Like Doctor Strange and stuff like that. I used to do a lot of stuff by myself. I used to go take my SF out to restaurants. Um, but I will still go here and there when I have the money. I'm not working currently. I'm just trying to get my mental health together, and hopefully, whew, down the line, I'll get it together. Um, it's been so bad for years. It's like it's just sometimes I look back and it's like, how have I, not gone crazy at some point, especially when you look at my childhood, which I believe I mentioned that in the first story time. It's just there's a lot of bullshit going on at that time in my childhood. So, um, but yeah, other than that, my social life consists of like me and my aunt. Um, we'll like go out to places like on the weekend sometimes. Like we go to Barnes and Nobles. I mentioned that before. That was like my funnest. I really love going to Barnes and Nobles. Um, or we'll go whatever. Like if she has to go to a store or something, they'll we'll just go around on the weekends. But yeah, I guess I'm just a below average like 27-year-old guy. Um, yeah, I say that jokingly, but yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not it's I don't do much. Yeah, I just don't do a lot. I don't. Um, do the traditional, I guess, what some people might consider, at this age, some people go out, partying, drinking, clubbing, shit, whatever, Actually, I'm from Vegas, Las Vegas, um, and well, I just by that name alone, you could probably guess, all that goes on, or maybe a little bit, what goes around here, we got casinos down the strip. We got little casinos like here and there, like little bars and stuff like that. But the strip, that's the big collection of the biggest casinos in Vegas, like Caesar's Palace. Trying to think like Planet Hollywood. Um, what else they got down there? I'm a Vegas native now. I thought you'd think I would know all this by now. Yeah, it's just the strip is the collection of casinos and does pretty much everything you can think of like party culture wise. Like I've been there. I've never been to a club before. I've been on the strip before, just to like walk around, or I've been to a restaurant. Quite actually, I've been quite a few restaurants on the strip. Well, I'm a foodie too. I should have included that in my hobbies. I like to try new foods and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, it's yeah. I'm I'm not about that life. The partying and drinking and stuff like that. I know that's a big sell down here, but that's just not me. Um, and I think a lot of people think their social life has to be constructed of like going to parties or drinking and stuff like that, or going to all these expensive places and stuff like that. That's that I think that's a capitalist mindset. Yes, I'm gonna go there. um that's a capitalist mindset. Like, sure, like they're gonna say like you should go out partying to a club and all this shit, because they want your money. That's it. They don't give a fuck about you. Shit, you're gonna get drunk and probably do some crazy shit later that night, that you'll regret. That's just the capitalist mindset. They don't give a fuck about you. They just care about your wallet. So, especially here in Vegas. So, um, yeah, that's just not my deal. If I were to have a group of friends here in Las Vegas, yeah, it'd probably be people who enjoy going to Barnes and Nobles. Like, I've probably said that many times now. Going to Barnes and Nobles. Yeah, going on walks and stuff. I do enjoy nature. Going on walks and stuff. Just sitting down and just chatting. The last little um, I guess I can't even really consider it like a group of friends. It's like a group of people I knew. Because it's like after a while, um, you start to realize that a lot of the people that you hang out with, you don't like their personality traits. Which I'm not one to judge. Let me go ahead and get that off the table right now. I'm not one to judge. I've I've been an asshole, a big part of my life. I know that, there's some contributors to that, activity, but it's just the people I used to hang around with, I don't know. I just don't like that much anymore. It's not, well, not, not that I think that they're boring. It's like, it's just, I don't know if we align that much. It's like, I'm not looking, for people that, 100% agree with me on everything, but it's like, it's just, there's some things about people, or like, you probably heard, people say things um, that kind of caught you off guard, stuff like that, or like make you question them. It's like I've kind of had that, this past year. I've had quite a few of those moments. I know I keep saying, that should be something for the New Year's to start saying, but there's many people out there, or like a group of friends, where you start to question their motives and what they're really all about. My friends, people I include in my life are not, evil or malicious or greedy people. I'm trying to get away from that stuff. A lot of guys, I guess, are trying to, are into this whole hustle culture and bullshit. I'm not about that shit, that hustle culture. It's like, the hustle culture is, to me, when I hear that, it's like money over life. You're just about to you're out there to get the money and, all these other bullshit items that you don't need, a Tesla or whatever the hell, of a yacht. Hope the work will sink you. Um, but yeah, it's just I'm very picky with my friends, and I think everybody should be, because not everybody is your friend. Not everybody is. As much as people might seem nice, there's always something deep down. Like I seem nice now, but it's like deep down, it's like sometimes I'm at like mentally I'm at war with myself. Like sometimes I feel more like an asshole than kind person. There are people out there with a lot of dysfunctions. I happen to be one of those people. I have a lot of dysfunctions, but I know my dysfunctions. I'm not out here trying to be an evil greedy person or something like that. And not trying to say that's the people who I used to hang the group that I used to hang out with. Because all they used to that group I used to play like video games with. Now that I have, well, not completely moved away from video games, now that I moved away from video games, it's harder. It would be harder to talk about things, and I'm interested in other things now too. I'm trying to I'm trying to do my own thing right now. That's why I don't know if I will ever be. I'm not for sure if I'll be in a relationship or ever get married. I don't plan on getting married. Marriage is kind of seems like BS to me. But if I ever find somebody and they want to be in my life, like sure we can be together. But other than that, though, no, it's like that's being married or sorry, being single won't stop me at all. It's there's nothing wrong with being single. If anybody ever tells you there's something wrong with being single, or I've heard things from movies before, um, like don't be too picky on like who you choose. Like you're getting too old. Like don't worry about that shit. It's do your own thing. It's don't rush into anything. Don't rush into a relationship, a marriage. You might have friends that are all in like relationships or marriages, but you don't know if what's that like on the inside. People paint a picture on the outside, or they wear their mask, and show you a different picture. And in reality, somebody in that relationship, like sure they could be happy, but sometimes people are miserable in relationships. Sometimes they want to get away with get away from that shit. Stuff like that. Um, yeah, and it's just ridiculous. It's just I guess um, my the what society expects from from me and other guys. It's like I'm just not willing to do. It's like I don't want to get married. I don't want to have kids. Not in this damn world. No, I'm never having kids. Some people say, "Oh, is it because of the like this or next gen?" No, it's not. It has nothing to do with the generations. I don't want to have a kid in a world full of other human beings, because it's like I just know how evil human beings can be. So I'm not bringing a child into this world. Um, that's ridiculous for me to even consider bringing a child in this world. To me, would be ridiculous. Like you just using my logic on how fucked up this world is, I would never bring a child into this world. So, but yeah, it's like um, some there's I guess there's a societal expectation from people, from both men and women. It can go either way. They expect oh, have kids and be a productive member of society and all this shit. Like I don't care about society doesn't give a shit about me. I don't give a shit about society. It's like it's that simple. And I'm not gonna have kids, because this world, I believe I mentioned this before in one of my other videos, but if I haven't now, you know, having a kid in this world, people don't look at like, oh my god, like it's a the bright new like star or angel in this world, that we need. The a lot of people look at like, oh wow, like I need more employees. That's how they're looking at your kids. That sounds, to some people that might sound absurd, But in reality, it's not. It's not absurd at all. So it's it's just that's just a fact of life. People are like that. Business people are like that. It's just the fucked up world that we happen to live in. Unfortunately. So but yeah, I'm not having kids. I really want to do my own thing, and I don't care about being a part of society, or I've mentioned it before. Group of people, I like individuals. I don't like groups of people. That's when you get a part of a group of people, you start to lose yourself, or if you're not mentally stable enough, or have an identity of your own. You start to how do I say, you start to get like the symbiosis, with that group. You start to lose your own opinion and stuff. So yeah, I'm not about groups. I guess I'm textbook introvert. I like one-on-one conversation, stuff like that. I just want to do my own thing. But you don't have to be an introvert to feel that way. If you just want to do your own thing, and yeah, that's you, and that's good to me. That's a fantastic quality, because there's so many people in this world, they just can't function without other people, or like situations. Like that's what we saw during quarantine, during COVID. Like people just couldn't function anymore. Like people are like, oh, I have to sit in the house all the time, or I don't get to go to the fucking bar, or, all this other shit. It's stuff that really doesn't even matter. Like going to the fucking bar. The only thing I really cared about during quarantine is like maybe going out to see nature once in a while. That's it. Other than that, I really don't care. It's like I was happy. I was thankful for quarantine. I love quarantine. I was like, holy shit. Like, when you would go out, there wouldn't be many people, or, you weren't expected to talk to people, or, there was no fucking traffic on the roads. Like, I love quarantine. Like, bring back fucking quarantine. So, let's not get too deep into that. I know that might piss. Well, actually, I really don't care. I like quarantine. If that pisses anybody off, fuck you. I didn't have to deal with your ass anyway. So, and it's like one thing I was sick during quarantine is just hearing people whine all the fucking time, and just like, oh, I can't go out and do this or that. Well, that sounds like um, a life that you need to fix. That's a very real comment right there. If you can't stand being in a house with um your friends, or sorry, not your friend, your family, or sure, if you live with a friend, like a roommate or something, or if you can't even be in a house by yourself, you have something to work on mentally. It shouldn't be, oh, I'm so fucking unhappy because I have to sit in the house all the time, with my girlfriend or my wife. That might signal a dysfunctional marriage or relationship. That's something you need to grasp. So that's a personal problem. I don't mean to sound like I don't care, but that's a personal issue. I enjoyed the hell out of quarantine. So, but yeah, um, I think, yeah, that's it for this video. If you are watching the pain scale again, the channel in this video, thank you very much, and you have a good one. Thank you.